I'm just letting some people get into the stream real quick. In a couple more minutes, we gonna go ahead and start. Be sure as you come in to like the video. It'll really help out the channel. And also, it'll help bring this content to more people around the world. Not me. All right. So we're hitting the 2-minute mark. So we're about to start in a bit. All right. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. You know who it is. It's your host, Sendez, and this thing doing the most. So welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. As you all know, I'm Sendesdhaiti or Sendesdhaiti. And welcome back to the GetUp show. So clap it up for the host one more time. And as you all know, we host finance, fitness, and self-improvement all on this channel. We also have a gaming channel. We don't really do that too often, but if you're interested, we do offer that service as well. So today we'll be going into our marketing timeline series, where we'll be going into one of the topics we covered last time. Last time we introduced our diagram here, which introduce you to the concepts we'll be going into. And if you missed that live stream last time, I'll be re-uploading that one as a video in the next coming days, along with this live stream. And the marketing timeline it's more of a concept-based series for people who want to better convey messages, to have a better relationship with consumers, producers, and distributors. So today we'll be going into the differences in marketing, how you send out whatever you're selling, how you get what you're selling to someone else, the differences back then versus now. But before we get into that, to support the show, you could like the video, subscribe, and also comment. Comment down your thoughts and have some conversations in the comment section with people who have it could be similar ideals and stuff, or it could be new ideas that could help you in your journey. So you could also support the show by using the Cash App tag or the Instagram tag by following me on my Instagram. And last but not least, let's get into this. So, as a brief recap, the marketing timeline that we went over last time was just an introduction to get you familiar with what we'll be talking about in this series, the marketing timeline. So let's erase the board here and let's start fresh over here. All right, don't mind my sock. I ain't got like a dry erase board. I'm a dry eraser or something. Just got a plain old sock, but it'll get the job done. So let's say you're in your town, right? Right now I'm in Irvington. So let's say you, who we don't know who you are, and we don't know where you are, but let's look at the differences between how you buy things and how your grandparents used to buy something. I think I went over this last time. Let me know how y'all liking the quality of the show so far. So I think last time we did cover the differences. So just as a recap, last time we covered, your grandparents would have to walk down to the town, right? And they'd have to barter with the townsfolks to get what they needed, right? To get raw materials like flour, to get whole meats, to get vegetables, carrots, lettuce, things like those, cabbage. And they'd barter for things they probably had. Maybe they were tomato farmers. Maybe they were watermelon farmers, strawberry farmers. Maybe they bred horses. Maybe they bred cattle. Maybe they bred chickens or goats. So they would have these things, and which were essentially goods, right? Maybe they would have milk. They would have these things, and they would use them basically as currency, right? They'd walk all the way to the local town, and then they trade these goods for goods and services, okay? But today, times have changed, right? You have something like this in your hand 24/7, and this has made getting those goods and services easier. This has made getting those goods and services easier today. Okay? It's made getting those goods and services easier today. So, the main difference with today and yesteryear was that before, right before you even went into town, you didn't know what they had. I think that's what we covered last time. You didn't know what they had last time. You didn't know if they had cabbages. You didn't know if they had milk. You didn't know if they had flour. You didn't know if the miller was in town that day, right? That could have been the only miller in town to grind down flour, right? No one was getting flour that day. But now, times have changed so much that now, how you know a store has the flour, how you know a store has the lettuce, how you know a store has the milk has changed. And it's actually, technology has actually made it to where you're actually able to get this information much quicker, much faster, and much better. So, one of the things that we see today, right, is the common word market or marketplace, right? So let's list a few marketplaces we know today. One of the big ones is, surprise, surprise, Amazon. You have Amazon, right? You've got Amazon. You also have the Walmarts, right? You've got Walmart. You also have Facebook. Or as it's called, Meta. And they also have Instagram. What else, right? Now and these are all digital, right? Digital. But if you look around your neighborhood, there are also other types of marketplaces. You've got the ShopRites. They have websites for ShopRite, don't they? They have apps where you can order ahead of time, to where you could order your groceries and just come in and pick them up. Someone will drop them, someone will bring them to your car for you. You've got ShopRite. Right? You've got ShopRite, where you could look on an app. You could order on your phone, right? You could order ahead. Groceries on phone for pickup, right? So let's look at these few ways, and there are hundreds of different ways, not including the ways that existed before then, right? And some of those, right? Some of those include the things we still use today, right? Phone books. People didn't have cell phones, remember? We had phone books. We had, what else? Newspapers or magazines. Do people still read magazines anymore? Some people do, trust me. We've got newspapers. We've got flyers and other things like those. But these are some of the ways that, sure, we know ShopRite has the groceries. We know ShopRite has the ingredients. We know ShopRite has the sandwiches. And again, if you'd like to get a better hint of what we're talking about, check out the last stream where we did use sandwiches as an example, right? We had the analogy where you're looking for a sandwich, right? But You don't know who has the best sandwich or who has what you need to make the best sandwich. Where, right? And before, yesterday and today, this is what we're comparing. Before, you actually had to just go and find out. You had to spend your whole morning going from store to store to store to store. Let's say if you were making your own sandwich, you'd need the ingredients. That's more of a grocery store, like ShopRite. But before, you'd have to just find out if they had lettuce. If they have meats, what kind of meat? Is it good meat? Is it fresh meat, right? Do they have cheese? Do they have bread? No bread at ShopRite? Then you'd have to go across town to the local miller, get some flour, or unless they have a bakery, or unless that miller makes the bread from the flour that they mill. And they could probably sell you flour and sell you bread, right? They can make you bread. That's a service. But the same concept holds true today. The same concept. That concept is they had to let you know that they had what they were selling, which is a product or a service. Whether it be a sandwich that they make for you, a sandwich that is ready-made, so you just come in, pay for the sandwich, leave, or a sandwich that you make yourself. They, aka, sell you the ingredients. So they were a distributor of goods, right? And last video we we briefly touched on the relationships of consumers, producers, and distributors. All three play a very important role in this marketing system that we'll go into further into this lesson called the marketing timeline. So again, be sure to like the video, subscribe, comment down your thoughts on what you think about this information, and if it helps you, like the video and share the video so it could help the channel. And also, if you'd like to support the show further, my Cash App tag is right here and my Instagram tag is right here if you'd like to follow. So these are some of the ways that you're able to know now what someone's selling from the click of a button, right? From the click of a button. So let's put this down. Alright, so the term market in economy, it takes many different meanings. We use it when we're purchasing groceries or other items in a supermarket, when we're engaging in real estate, in the housing market, when we're trading commodities like wheat, cotton, or sugar in the commodity market, when we're buying and selling common or preferred stocks in the stock market, and when we're dealing with bonds in a bond market. So we distinguish between urban and rural markets, right? That's basically like an audience, right? The audience that you're trying to advertise to. And in today's world, right? We have technology. We've got Google. We've got Instagram. Well, we've got Facebook. I said Google. We've got Facebook. We've got Instagram. We've got, what else? I'm sure you can advertise with Amazon too. But if you have your products on Amazon, chances are it's more likely to sell, right? Because it's on a marketplace. we also have Google. We've got Google, search engines. We've got things that let us know what people are already searching for, what people are already interested in. We've got Facebook, where it literally tells you all about people, right? You're giving you're giving information to an algorithm that uses your information to better advertise products to you. Same way with Google, right? So, for example, you've got Facebook, right? You've got Facebook, and it knows your name, your age, it knows the friends you follow, it knows your relationship status. I just watched this documentary today, right? It was on Mark Zuckerberg, on being the called the king of Meta. And it talks about the breach of trust, right? The breach of trust of users' data, right? Mind you, Facebook is a free platform, right? And they had to find a way to profit from the millions, and it might be billions now, the millions of users that were giving them free information, free access to information they had about themselves, right? About themselves, about the people who they're related to, maybe about their friends, about their spouses who they're in relationships with, about their images, right? Image recognition, about the kind of clothes they're wearing in those images, right? About their interests. So all of this data is able to be compiled in the click of a button, right when you make a search, for example, or based off of your preferences, someone can better advertise who they want to sell this product to. Before, right? Before, you didn't have any of this information. These times has actually become easier for you to market what you're selling to the market you're selling to. It's actually become easier with technology. So, but the only thing that hasn't changed is these relationships between the consumer, right, which is that audience that we just spoke about, the producer, which is you, right? If you're looking to better sell something, you're the producer, or you're the distributor of a product, of a service, right? But that relationship stays true today. It never changes. Only the times change. And with time, technology gets better, smarter, faster, stronger. And it's only gonna get better. If you watched the last video, I went over the numbers of marketing, how it went up millions of dollars year over year. That's not gonna change anytime soon. From the last time I looked, or the last time I heard, I don't remember from where. Right? We've got companies that are trillion-dollar market cap companies. So we've got companies that are actually grossing more than countries, right? So if you compare that trend to then, it's always going to be growing. And the thing about marketing is that it's constantly changing. Because the times constantly change, your marketing has to change along with the times. So we distinguish between these markets, right? When we distinguish between these markets, you could use the word market in a whole many different ways. So people could actually use the word market to discuss specific groups of individuals as potential customers, right? So for example, you could identify markets such as the teenage market or the senior citizens market, the leisure market, the niche food markets, catering to ethnic groups like Spanish American and Jewish markets. So the term market, it's much more than just a physical place now. And that's actually testament to what we have here, Amazon, right? Amazon isn't a physical location. It's a marketplace. But within that marketplace, you don't have just one kind of market. You've got a whole different plethora. You've got like variety of markets. For example, you've got the digital market. You've got streaming. They've got movies. They've got digital books, right? They started off selling books. They were selling whoever was buying books, right? That was their market. It might have been students. It might have been institutions and organizations who were looking for books, like schools. It might have been libraries who were missing certain books that needed to be ordered. It might have been all of these people who were looking for books, the book reading market. So that concept of finding a market to sell to, that concept holds true today. You have to be fine-tuned in what you're trying to sell. You don't want to sell eggs, or you don't want to sell milk to someone who's lactose intolerant, right? They're not gonna buy your milk. So you're gonna need to sell your milk to someone who not only just likes to drink milk, but can drink milk, right? That's a specific market. So that's all we're gonna cover in today's lesson. Let me know if you like these kinds of videos. It's not too long. It's only about 30 minutes. But again, I'm limited by the technology I have here, which is a camera. So if you'd like for these contents to be longer, feel free to hit the Cash App so that I could invest more into a better camera, and so that we don't have to worry about batteries dying or cameras overheating. So again, this is the GetUp show. Tomorrow I'll try to make a marketing alert video going over the opening market of the stock market, and my analysis of that. So feel free to tune in for that. And be sure to tune in for the next episode, where we'll be going over how the labor force plays, how the labor force, what role the labor force plays within this marketing system of consumers, producers, and distributors. Once again, I'm Sendesdhaiti, or Sendesdhaiti. I've been your host for today, and I look to see you all here next time. Let's go.